Well, I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds. What a pleasure it is to be here with the Atlantic Canadian Aerospace and Defence Association at the Maritime Arctic Safety and Security 2025 conference right here in beautiful St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. This is indeed the gateway to the Arctic, and thank you to our good friends at the Ship Stop Here initiative for bringing this entire conversation to life. I got to tell you, I like meeting these folks one by one, and on that note, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us what you do.
Yeah, hi. So my name's A Doran. I'm the Vice President of Business Development and Marketing for ACADA Consultant Group. Our head office is out of Ottawa, and the work we principally do at ACADA is a lot of technology and security work within the defense sector. That's our main focus.
Tell me a little bit about ACADA holistically. Talk about the company.
So we're a company that was founded in 1967, so we've been around for a while. Again, as I said, we work mainly with defense partners, but also within a lot of public safety groups within government and higher education, as well as directly with OEMs and primes supporting defense and government services work in areas such as cybersecurity, open source intelligence, software development, software architecture, and other technical skills and capabilities within the defense and security space. We have one shareholder, which is the Corps of Commissionaires, which means we also are adherent to their social mandate. So for ACADA, one of the things that I think differentiates us in the defense sector is our social mandate, where we have an obligation that we take very seriously to support veterans and their causes. So at the end of any given year, our profits are reinvested into the company and reinvested into veterans' causes that we support.
Wow, that's fascinating. I know ACADA is doing great work. I know the Commissioner is doing great work. The Arctic, you're here at MASS 2025. Talk to me about your focus is here.
Well, we're really in an exploratory phase right now. ACADA historically hasn't had a huge footprint in the Arctic, but with everything going on right now and the developments that are happening, certainly within the cybersecurity space and the cyber component of supply chain security and supply chain management, these are spaces that we think that ACADA can add a lot of value over the next years in the North, certainly partnering and exploring partnerships with Inuit and Indigenous firms that also work in that space in the far north, and hopefully collaborating with them to grow their capacity in the north, as well as growing our own.
What does an ideal client look like for ACADA?
That's a great question. I mean, again, most people, at least most people in the defense sector, will associate ACADA as being a consultant of record for D&D, principally the Army. We tend to be associated very much with providing secure technical support to the Army, the Army component of the land component of the Canadian Forces, but we also serve the Navy and the Air Force. But what you may not know is we also provide a lot of services in areas such as open source intelligence, cybersecurity, to higher education. In addition to general contractors that work in the real property space, where they need to do threat risk assessments, or in higher education where there is open source intelligence work that needs to be done for some of their research programs and research partners, given, as you know, a lot of universities are doing highly classified work with international researchers and research associates, where there is enhanced security clearance protocols in place that we help them and support them in making sure are adhered to.
See, now there's a part of ACADA I did not know about.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So MASS 2025, has the show been good for you so far? Are you making some good connections here?
Yeah, I mean, I think this show is not only great because it's in Newfoundland and in St. John's, which is like probably one of the most scenic and beautiful cities I've been to in the country. But it's a great place where I've reconnected with the usual suspects that are within the sector. So it's great to always reconnect with those same people, have those conversations. Things are evolving so quickly that even if you're meeting the same people and it's been a month or two, the pace of change as to what's going on is such that there's always new things to talk about. And also specifically with respect to ACADA, there's a lot of new people that I've had the opportunity to meet here, small and medium-sized businesses that up until now are maybe more focused in the Maritimes and Atlantic region, but are clearly have an interest of expanding to a national or international role, and also learning that a lot of these firms that are based in the Atlantic region may have business in the Atlantic, but also do business in the United States.
Right.
So that's also fascinating to learn about what they're doing in the U.S., what they're doing internationally, and what they're doing regionally here in the Maritimes and Atlantic region.
An absolute pleasure to be in conversation with you, Dan, and the great work that ADGA is doing. Thanks for giving us a little bit of a clearer understanding of what ADGA does. You're so right. ADGA is touching so many areas that many of us don't quite realize, and I'm so glad that you brought us up to speed on. I guess my last question to you, if we met each other at an elevator and you had a few seconds to just define ADGA quickly, what would that, not the CN Tower elevator, but what would that pitch be?
I would say that ADGA lives in the tier 1, tier 2 support infrastructure for defense and security and public safety for technical services. In addition to the tier 0 space of project management support to clients as a trusted partner in the security and defense space as well.
Well, there it is, ADGA in a nutshell. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Thanks so much.